Hi, everyone. I'm Autistic Ange. This is a podcast for adults who recently found out they're autistic and are looking for other autistic people like them. Today, I wanted to talk about things that I changed after I found out I'm autistic, which I heard somebody talking about recently, and it got me thinking about myself, obviously. Because isn't that how it always goes with us? And I was realizing just how different I feel, not only with the awareness of autism, but the fact that like I've changed some things about myself that I don't think I would have changed had I not known that I'm autistic. And it makes me kind of proud of myself that I'm willing to just be myself, to just be authentic. Like, is that something to be proud of? I mean, like, yeah, I think so. After, like, masking for so many fucking years, like, that's definitely something to be proud of. But, like, for example, I mask way less around my wife. And I didn't even know I was masking. Like, isn't it? It's strange to me to be with somebody for a decade and to have realized that, oh, you weren't really 100% authentic. But like, is anybody, I mean, I would like to think that people are 100% authentic. Yeah, there's probably tons of people like that. But yeah, like I let the mask down slowly in the beginning. Now it's almost all of the way down, and I don't know, like I feel like I'm presenting differently as far as like behaviors. What do I mean by that? I guess like I'm not trying to hide my weirdness so much. I mean, my wife and we're weird people. We appreciate that about each other. But like when you bring autism into the mix, it makes me feel like, well, I am way weirder than you. Because, I'm special and unique and I have autism and all I do is think about myself. But anyways, I mask way less around her, and I can't believe how freeing that is to just be me. And she accepts me for me. She doesn't treat me any differently. She seems more curious about the different things that she's seen from me. But yeah, like I just feel very liberated, and I didn't even realize how much I was doing it around my own wife. Which is crazy, but like I guess then like, like when you've been that way most of your life, it's hard to just kind of drop that for one person, even if it is the person that you chose to spend the rest of your life with. Something else I changed about myself once I found out I'm autistic is when people text me, I don't feel the need to immediately reply to their texts. And sometimes I'll even wait until the next day to reply to them. I didn't know that you could do this. Like when somebody has texted me in the past, yeah, I don't usually, like most of the time I don't reply right away. But like back then, I wouldn't let more than like a couple of hours go by before I returned somebody's text. Now, I'll see it, and if I don't feel like communicating or, like I just won't do it until I feel like I'm ready to. And that is cool. I can't believe like I think that's cool. Like, do ordinary people worry about this shit? Probably not. But yeah, so like I'll look at my phone, ding, ding, ding. I'll look over and it'll be somebody and I'll be like, oh, that's cool. And like, but if I don't feel like replying to them and I don't feel like having a conversation and just plain old interacting, then I just don't do it. And that's a great feeling. What else? I'm more accepting of my quirks. So like, the fact that like I don't leave the house very often, I'm not a shut-in. Again, like I don't put myself in the category of a shut-in because I leave the house. I used to leave the house all the time. Um, I just don't have a lot of things to leave the house for now because I work at home. So like really, all I leave for is to go to the store to get stuff that I need. Because, like why would I leave the house to go hang out with a bunch of friends that I don't have because I don't want them? So yeah, like I don't view that as being strange, even though society, has made it seem like it's strange to be at home all the time. I accept that, like I just simply see things differently than a lot of people, and I accept that about myself now. And that gives me more insight into ordinary people so that, like I understand them better. Like I feel sometimes like when I'm talking about ordinary people or just us autistics, it's like, go to a zoo, put everybody there, watch them interact. So yeah, I mean like when I go to the grocery store, I don't know, like I can tell who the ordinary people are and I just observe them like they're at the zoo or like I'm at the zoo too, and like I'm just like watching them in their natural environment. And what am I talking about? Oh my God. Um, I don't, let's see what else. Let's get back to the topic. I don't feel bad about not answering the door anymore. I don't have the ring thing that people seem to like where you can see on your phone who's at the door. Like, I think that's a waste of money for myself because nobody really comes to the door that knows us because they know not to. And the people that come to the door are usually like solicitors, or I don't know if that's what you call them, but the people that want to fucking sell you something. And so I don't really care to see who's there. I'm not that curious. And I can just peek through a curtain or something, which I usually do. Also, so like, let's say that my wife's and like both of our cars are in the driveway and somebody comes to the door and then they like, who doesn't know what a ring looks like right now? Like at this point, like a ring doorbell thing, who doesn't know what that is? So like if somebody like rings it, like presses the doorbell, if they see two cars in the driveway, they're going to know that like somebody in that house can see on their phone like who's at the door and they're choosing not to answer it. I mean, that's at least what goes through my head. And so that would make me feel weird too. Does that even make any sense? Like, I don't want somebody knowing that I can see them and I'm not coming to the door. I don't know why that makes me feel different without, like, we just have a regular doorbell and I feel better about that than I would about getting a ring. I don't know why. Well, I do know why, I just said. Anyways, something else I changed after I found out I'm autistic is I embraced my routines. Now that I knew what those now that I know what they are, when I used to work for, like my last job, when I worked for somebody else, I would get up really early. I'd be in the bathroom. I'd be going through my routine. Like I had just taken a shower, then I was going to brush my teeth or whatever order I was doing it in. And without fail, at least 3 or 4 times a week, my wife would knock on the bathroom door. Like, I have to go to the bathroom. And we only have the one bathroom. So I had to stop what I was doing and let her go to the bathroom. And rationally, that's what human beings do. They need to go to the bathroom, they go. But I wasn't thinking rationally that early in the morning or really ever when my routines are interrupted. And I would get so fucking pissed. And I never understood why I got so mad. Now I do. And I'm sure she was like, what the fuck, man? I just need to pee. Or, sorry if this is TMI, but like, sometimes she needed to take a shit. And like, I am very sensitive to disgusting smells. Like, it doesn't take much for me to barf. And God, so that was a nightmare. I hated that so much, but now I just accept that, like, I'm very routine oriented. I get very irritated when they're interrupted. I let my wife know about when I do things in the hopes that she won't bother me. I mean, I have a lot of demands on my time, apparently. Like, don't talk to me when I'm doing this. Leave me alone when I'm doing that. Like, this just feels like too much sometimes. Something else is I became more aware of my thoughts and my feelings. Like, I thought I had really good awareness before. Apparently I didn't. So now I feel as aware as I've ever been of what's going on in my head, because it is tied to potential meltdowns. So if I'm having like a stressful day, I'm more aware that it was a stressful day, and that's what's contributing to me feeling overwhelmed or stressed or tired or frustrated or whatever the feeling is. So that changed, and I'm glad, because, us autistics like to have as much control over things as possible. So like knowing, oh, okay, like doing this thing or feeling this way will eventually lead to a meltdown unless you do something about it. And now that I have, like I talked about with like going to the car dealership, that was the first time I got to actually prepare and avoid like a meltdown. Like, I mean, it's just, fuck, man. Like, ordinary people don't have to do this shit. They don't have to do it. They don't think about it. But I feel like anytime I have to interact with anything outside of my house, I have to put like fucking armor on. You guys know what I mean. Is there something, what else do I have? I guess like it's just more about acceptance. Like I accept that I eat the same foods all the time. I used to wonder why. People used to make me feel weird for it. But now I know why I like to eat the same things all the time, and I accept that, and I'm okay with it now. I don't think anything of it like I used to. I care less what people think about me. I mean, I still care. I don't think that's going to change anytime soon. But one of the things that comes to mind is like, I used to really care about what somebody would think when they would see me wearing the same things all the time. Like if they noticed that, like at my last job, we got to wear comfortable clothes. So like I got to wear jeans and a hoodie, which seems weird being a counselor and wearing jeans and a hoodie, but like it worked. Clients seem to like relating to you better, or something, when you don't look like you just walked out of like some hoity-toity fucking clothing store. But I would wear the same hoodie. I'm looking at it right now. I've had this hoodie for at least 8 or 9 years, and I will wear the shit out of something until like a zipper breaks or there's a very obvious hole. Because like when you find something that is comfortable, like why stop wearing it? Like I don't care about fashion, but I would wear the same fucking hoodie every day, and I washed it. Like I wasn't a dirty bird, but people don't know that, and so I knew nothing about like autism and that wearing the same clothes every day. I knew nothing about what any of that was. And so when I found out that sameness is a huge feature of autism, I was like, holy shit, like now I know why I only wear the same fucking shit all the time. And now I don't give a fuck if people think I'm dirty, because I know I'm not. I know that like I have 5 of the same shirt and that they're clean. I don't care if the person across the street notices that I'm wearing like my red Adidas hoodie for the 10th day in a row. I used to care a lot, like a lot, but now I don't. Because who gives a shit? Not me. Yeah, I mean, I've changed how I view autism, and by how I view it, what I mean is I'm more educated about autism, because I kind of have to be, because I am autistic. And I'm glad that like I know what this really is, and I'm glad that I know that I do belong, that there are people like me, that I'm not a mistake, like all the thoughts that I used to think. I don't think those things anymore. So yeah, I mean, like I said before, these paradigm shifts are really something, because they make you feel, at least for me, they make me feel like I am an even better version of myself. And I understand that like when you learn about yourself and when you change and like you grow, like, that's normal. But it's not often, I think, that people feel like completely different versions of themselves overnight just by having access to one piece of information about themselves. Do you know what I mean? I think that's all I got to say about that. That I can think of right now. Not that like this really is anything you guys would care about, but it's like snowing like crazy. Like we're getting so much snow, and I can't help but laugh because I had my surgery, like, what is it, like over a month now ago, I had my surgery on my stomach, and I don't have to shovel, and I don't have to snow blow, and I think that's hilarious. Like, it's so nice not to have to do that, and, like, I really actually can't do it because I'm still healing, and boy, do I hate doing manual labor, even snow blowing. I don't like using the snowblower. It's hard for me to maneuver. I keep forgetting what buttons do what. Like, it gets clogged. I don't like snow blowing, even though that's easier than shoveling. I think I've talked about this before, but it's just so nice to like look outside and enjoy the snow falling down and know that I don't have to go out there and do any work. I just thought I would say that out loud. Yeah, so that's all I've got. This was just me recording into an app on my phone, hoping people find me and listen and relate and have a similar experience to the one I had when I heard myself on somebody else's podcast. Thank you again for listening if you're still sticking around, and goodbye.